Forever in your heart, Toto's story. My person always said I was more than just a dog. She was right, I was her guardian, her confidant, her morning alarm clock, and most importantly, her best friend. Let me tell you about our journey together, right until my final day when I had to leave her, though never really leaving at all. The early days. I remember the first time I saw her. Her eyes were kind, and her smile made my tail wag uncontrollably. From that day forward, we created our own little world. Morning walks became our sacred ritual, me leading the way, nose to the ground, while she followed with her coffee tumbler, telling me about her plans for the day. I didn't understand all her words, but I understood her heart. She called me her little shadow because I followed her everywhere. When she cooked, I sat in the kitchen hoping for dropped morsels. When she worked at her desk, I curled up by her feet. Every moment together was precious, though I didn't know then just how precious they would become. The dark cloud of 2020. Everything changed in 2020. My person stopped going out, except for our walks. She seemed worried, watching something called news that made her face grow tight with concern. Then it happened, she got sick. I knew something was wrong even before she did. Her scent changed, becoming slightly different from the person I knew. Those were scary days. She couldn't get out of bed much, and her breathing sounded wrong. If it had been my choice, I would have never left her side. While in her company. When she coughed, I pressed closer. When she shivered with fever, I became her living blanket. I didn't understand why she was suffering, but I understood my duty, to love her through it. The hardest part was seeing her cry when she couldn't taste her favorite drink anymore, her coffee. I wanted to tell her that I still couldn't taste most things either, we dogs live through our noses. But all I could do was lick her hand and make her smile, even if just a little. The recovery. Slowly, my person got better. Her scent returned to normal, and her strength came back. Our walks resumed, though shorter at first. I was so patient, matching my pace to hers, stopping whenever she needed to catch her breath. Every small victory was celebrated, the first time she could walk around the block without stopping, the day she could smell her morning coffee again, the return of her laughter. Our final days together. As I grew older, I noticed my joints weren't as spry as before. Our roles reversed, now she was the one being patient with me on our walks. She carried me up the stairs when they became too difficult, and made sure my bed was extra comfortable. I knew my time was growing short, but I wasn't sad. I had lived the best life a dog could live. I had loved and been loved completely. On my last day, as I lay in her arms, I wished I could tell her everything I felt. Thank you for the treats, the belly rubs, the adventures. Thank you for fighting through the sickness so we could have more time together. Thank you for being my person. Forever after. They say every dog goes to heaven, but a piece of me will always stay with her. In the jingling sound that makes her think she heard my collar, in the warm sunspot on the floor where I used to nap, in the memories of thousands of walks and millions of moments together. My person was right, I will live forever in her heart, just as she will forever live in mine. After all, love like ours never really ends, it just takes on a different form.